let's find out who here invests their money. Do you invest your money?
In myself.
Okay. Do you currently invest your money?
No.
No.
No, I do not.
Yes, I do. Yes. Yes.
When I'm down, a little shopping trip, invest in my own mental health.
Okay. Do you invest your money? Or do you even know how to invest your money? Listen, I know these can be some very tough questions, but listen, we are here to get those questions answered for you. Hey, it's BG, and welcome to another episode of Building Better with Brandon, powered by TD. Now, before we go any further, I need you guys to do a few things for me, like subscribe to this channel, tap that notification bell, make sure to hit that like button, and don't forget to follow us across all of our social media. The details are in the description below. Today, we are at York University to talk to students about the very important topic about investing. And I have a feeling these students are going to have a lot of questions, so let's go hear them, but more importantly, let's get them answered. Investing money can sometimes feel complicated, so what questions do you have?
If I was to invest money today, like what would happen in the future? Like,
Where to go to find out the right information and to really make a good informed decision,
where's the money going?
Okay. Any other questions?
Can I get it back?
Okay, that's a good one.
What's the best way to invest? What should I watch out for?
How do I get into a good, I don't know.
Investment.
Exactly, a good investment.
Have you ever heard of stocks?
Yes.
That's a way. Mutual funds.
That's another one.
There you go. GICs.
I don't know.
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna lie to
no,
you.
no.
I know stocks.
Yeah,
That's it. That's about it.
that's
So,
about it. Faith is back on the show.
Hey, Brandon.
How's it going, my guy?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. Welcome to York University.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
As you know, we've talked to a lot of students, especially on this campus, talking about investing. And a lot of them told me
No.
they're not doing it.
Oh wow.
That was
that's
my
bad.
reaction too.
Yeah.
How important is investing your money if you have that available income to do so?
It's very important
Yeah.
that you invest your money because money that's not invested basically loses value over time due to inflation.
We kept hearing the question. This was the question we were getting from students. What are some ways I can invest my money? Do you know ways that you can invest your money?
Not really. Could definitely use that help though.
Yeah, okay.
Crypto.
Ooh, but the crypto is
Went crypto.
The first step to take is to make sure they have a financial plan. And in order to develop a financial plan, I would advise that they visit one of our branches and speak with a financial advisor. If I want to break down the different type of instruments that are available, I would say there are two main categories. You have equities and you have fixed income.
okay.
Yes. So equities basically is your stocks, which you buy a small share, depending on what you can afford, maybe small or large share in companies.
And we heard a lot of students, they definitely knew what stocks were. Because I would ask them, do you know stocks? They'd be like, yeah, I know stocks.
Awesome.
I just don't know how it works, is what they would say.
I know, I could put into stocks, but I wouldn't tell you how. I mean, I know about, in, real estate
Okay.
and stocks and things like that, but in terms of how to do it, not really.
When you talk about fixed income, you're talking more about GICs, bonds, mutual funds and ETFs. So GICs basically are guaranteed investment certificates.
Right.
Basically, it guarantees you a fixed return on your investment.
Now, is there a reason why some person or somebody would prefer the equity option over the fixed option that you're talking about?
Absolutely. I mean, it depends on their investment preferences.
Right.
Some people want to invest for the long term. Some people want to invest for the short term. Some people want to invest for a fixed period of time.
Certain investments can be a little bit more riskier than others.
Absolutely.
But you have to determine what is your risk?
What's your risk tolerance? Yes. How much risk can you take?
Right.
Yeah.
How much can you take?
How much can you take?
Because that can determine ultimately where you decide to put your money.
100%.
So we did a rapid fire of questions with students, and we got a lot of the same questions. One of them being, okay, if I put my money into a TFSA, then where does my investment go?
So the investment can either go into equities, which is stocks, buying of stocks, or into a mutual fund.
But they have to decide to put that money into one of those types of options.
Yes. Just
You can't just put it in the account.
No. Just putting your money in a tax-free savings account doesn't mean that the money has been invested, because the tax-free savings account is an account,
Right.
and it can hold cash. but that cash needs to be invested.
Is there a tool TD has where they can just do it themselves?
Absolutely. TD does have the TD Investment Learning Center, which is basically a cutting-edge platform that provides investment knowledge and education. So it helps people who want to enhance their knowledge on investing. We also have the TD Easy Trade platform, which allows investors to be able to trade without any minimum balance or monthly fees. And they also get 50 commission-free stock trades per year. Yes.
Because I have you here, and you're experienced. You're doing well. A lot of people like you.
Okay, I hope so.
You keep it really real with the people.
Yes.
When you started, after school, while you as a student and after you graduated, what was that experience like for you? Like, what did you do right? What did you do wrong? So that people don't make the same mistakes
Absolutely.
you did. If you're okay with sharing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I started investing when I was in grad school. A little bit late, but what I did was I paid myself first, basically. I invested what I could afford.
Yeah.
So I think the misconception most people have is, they think they need like a huge amount of money,
Right.
or some big amount before they start investing. But that's a misconception. I started with just $25 a month.
Just $25 a month?
$25 per paycheck.
Right.
So every 2 weeks, when I got paid, I was a teaching assistant, so I wasn't really making much.
Right.
But I would invest that money, and in 2 years, I had about $2,000. Yeah, and as a student, for me, that was big, and it kind of gave me the momentum to keep going.
Your story, I think, resonates with a lot of people who are going to be watching this, because that was another thing we heard, that people said, I don't make a lot of money, so I don't want to, I don't have enough money to invest. But the fact that you can start with that small amount, like $25 every 2 weeks, starting earlier in life, also has its benefits.
Absolutely, because of the concept of compound interest. So compound interest basically is the interest that you pay on either a loan or a deposit,
Right.
that accrues on the initial deposit, on the initial principal and interest
Right.
from a previous period. So basically, for example, let's say you use your credit card and you spend $100, and the interest rate on that credit card is 10%. At the end of that period, you owe that credit card company $110.
Right.
So that's the principal plus interest. Now, when you pay off that principal and interest, you're fine. But for people who carry over those payments, what then happens is that they now owe the principal plus the interest on top of another 10%.
Right.
You see, so now they owe $121.
Right.
Dollars. And when you increase the amount and you increase the interest rate over a long period of time, that begins to add up. So it's the same concept when you invest your money. Absolutely. So it's the same concept.
So the interest that you get on
That
that,
you get on
you're
that
also making
goes-
even more on top
exactly,
of that,
goes
and it's
on-
just compounding.
And it just keeps compounding.
Hence why
over
they
time.
call it compound interest.
100%.
If you don't invest your money, like the value of your money is just gonna go down over time,
Preach on it.
So
Say that one more time for us.
the value is gonna go down, like inflation and stuff. Your money's not gonna be worth the same, in like 10 years from now. So you have to, you should invest it, to like, just like as passive income and stuff, it's just kind of a safe bet sometimes.
This is such an important conversation, especially for certain communities. Like I look at communities of color, the Black community, for example, where generational wealth isn't as pervasive as it is in other communities, but there's such a desire to create that within the community.
I think it should just be more accessible to a normal person, because I feel like it's very gated, and people gatekeep how to do it.
Is there any resources that people can access, or any particular specific resources that people can access with TD?
Absolutely. I mean, that's why we have the Black customer experience team. We also have the LGBTQ2 plus team.
And these are dedicated teams.
These are dedicated teams. These are teams that are dedicated to these specific communities. So I would encourage anyone who's out there who wants to learn more about the product and services that we have to offer to help them along in their investment journey, to please reach out. Investment is it's a very important aspect of life. It's a very important tool, especially with wealth generation and ultimately wealth transfers, from generation to generation. So it's very important that our people also learn a lot of the things that they need to know to improve their knowledge when it comes to investing.
100%. And then that way, when they do it right, they get to look like you. It's nice and spiffy.
Man,
Like,
come on, man.
look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this
This
guy.
is just basic stuff.
This is just basic. It's basic for you. Hey, Faith, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
sharing
brother.
all that great knowledge. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Hey BG Squad, thanks so much for checking out our channel. And listen to this, we have more great content for you, like this video right here and this video right here. By the way, don't forget to subscribe to this channel right now and tap that notification bell.